Today we get the chance to be joined by one of the stars of the Canadian men's para hockey team. This is Adam Kingsmill, a fellow who grew up in Smithers, British Columbia, and now is Canada's starting goalie. So lucky to be joined by him today on the show from Italy direct. Adam, thanks so much for making the time to chat with us.
Hey, thank you, Caden. I'm very excited to be here today.
So tell me about the excitement for the 2026 Paralympic Games here in Italy. You're over there, you're playing some exhibition games in advance of the competition. What's it been like?
I mean, starting with the excitement, I think I'm getting all the boys and myself included is just very excited to get the games going. Today we had our last exhibition game against Italy, so now our next one's going to be in the game. So that's pretty fired up about it.
What's the time change? Have you had to deal with jet lag pretty bad, or you've managed to kind of avoid that?
We have a great IST staff with us. So we staged in Oakville, Ontario for 2 to 3 weeks before coming over here. And then we've been here for a week now. And that last week that we're in Oakville, we made sure that we're, going to bed early and waking up earlier. So, that jet lag transition's been pretty easy on my end.
Yeah, the 10-ish hours from Pacific time to Italy time is a bit different than a daylight savings time change, so that's good to hear. This is your second Paralympic Games, Adam, and so when you go into one like this, what are you taking from the last experience that you hope to build on?
Yeah, Beijing, it was a huge learning opportunity for me. We had a veteran goalie at the time, and, since then he's retired, so, I've kind of stepped into that role, and the staff at the beginning of Beijing kind of told me why I was there and to try and take advantage of all the experiences. So, over the past 4 years, it's kind of felt like a decade worth of experience, and just my maturity itself has grown a lot. And I've, as a goalie, you got to kind of be steady all the time. So once those bright lights hits, you don't know what you're going to be feeling, but I know that, I got to remain steady so the guys can be steady around me.
Okay, so for those who don't know, for para hockey, there's not like a league per se that Canada gets to play in, or players like yourself get to play in. So how does it work? We're going to remind the viewers here, because there's a lot of tournaments and events all over the world.
Yeah, so we've got about 3 or 4 tournaments every year that are going to be around the same. So we start off in Czech. We typically have a Canadian tournament in December, and then we'll sprinkle in a random series, whether it's USA, China, or Czech. We'll kind of try and play each other, as much as we can throughout the year. And then World Championships typically is every year. And that's our big tournament outside of the Paralympics.
Now I want to go back to memory lane with you here, Adam, because this is cool. For those who don't know, of course, you grew up in Smithers, and now you live in Calgary, but to be part of the national team, it makes sense. But growing up in Smithers, part of this journey involved a tryout with the Caribou Cougars. Talk to me about the story.
Yeah, well, growing up, I didn't really know about para hockey until I was about 16, actually, when I got approached to try such hockey with the development team. And all I wanted to do growing up is, as a classic Canadian kid, I wanted to play in the NHL, and I wanted to represent Canada. And fortunately, I get to play for Canada, and it's such an honor and privilege. But growing up through that minor hockey, all of my teammates, all my friends, and all the competitors, they didn't treat me any differently. And I was just another athlete out there trying to make it. And I was fortunate enough to have the dedication and the support from my family and friends to help me. They went through a lot of sacrifices to help me get to random tournaments and, in the gym every day and lots of practices throughout the week. So owe a lot to them, but it was a lot of hard work. And, I was fortunate enough to get that tryout. And shortly after, I got asked to play for Team Canada at the development series, and I couldn't pass up that opportunity.
Have you always wanted to be a goalie? Did you ever want to be a player? Like, how did this all come together?
Every day I think that I wish I was a player, but it was just a calling for me. My brother was a goalie when he was little, and he ended up transitioning into snowboard and skiing. But my dad was also a goalie and still is to this day. So it was just kind of a natural fit, and I guess I got that little weird quirks to me that helped me be this way.
Adam, I want to leave you the floor for something I love to give athletes a chance to say. I mean, yourself, a very big source of inspiration for many who face the challenges just like you faced in your young career across northern British Columbia. But what would your words of wisdom be to someone out there struggling with that, struggling with overcoming extra challenges? to get to a Team Canada like yourself? What would your words of wisdom be?
Put yourself out there. Take every opportunity that you could. I know I debated back and forth whether or not I wanted to try such hockey to begin with. I was so dedicated to playing stand up and wanting to play in the NHL. But, my parents have always told me to take every opportunity, no matter what it is, and speak, especially going through challenges. You got to talk to other people and try and gain their perspective. Sit back and listen and try and learn what they've gone through and use that to your advantage. So, especially coming from the North, there's not a whole lot of parasport advocates or visibility up there. So the big thing is to just kind of reach out. If you see a player, we've got a great team here, and all the players around the country are phenomenal. So if you're interested in any type of sport, whether it's wheelchair basketball, para hockey, wheelchair rugby, and that's something that you find interesting, then reach out and they'll be more than happy to help you along.
Well, you're a great guy, Adam. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this. With the time change, of course, I'll let you get back to the team activities in Italy, but looking forward to cheering you on here from across the globe, and a true Northern BC talent like yourself. Go Canada, go, and make us proud and get that gold medal. Thank you.
Thanks, Caden. I really appreciate it.